Hi, I'm Siobhan, wife, educator, and a sister. Welcome to Table Talk, where you'll be able to find practical everyday uses with resources here on this channel. Welcome. Okay, so our sister to sister talk for our Table Talk session today is going to be based on a post that I read from Relationship Post. Now, it is very interesting when I have discussions with my sisters and we talk about standards, things that we believe that you should look for in a mate and whatever have you. So I'm going to pose the question on what part of this picture or post do you agree with, or as in being essential or important when thinking about courting, because I don't believe in just dating to date, but when courting a particular guy. The post, and I'll post it, share it, said 5 ways to not be used. And in this instance, this can either be with a relationship or it can be in a friendship. So we can take it either way. But the first point, it said to believe patterns, not apologies. Now, I agree with that first bullet, as in um, character trumps everything else. Loyalty to me is important. So when you're talking about a relationship or a friendship, I look for people's patterns and I recommend that to anybody. If I meet someone and we first hit it off and I'm laughing, I'm enjoying your company, we're having a serious discussion, okay, great. I will listen for the things that you say as you should listen to things that I say. And over time, you get to learn a person and their behaviors, their patterns. You definitely want to notice when you say something that may upset them or they say something that may upset you. How is that handled? You know, if there's an apology that's made, but there's something that happens and you come around that circle or around that corner and you're back at that spot again, you will start to really look at the behavior. You're looking at the pattern. Even though the apology is there, you want to make sure that what you've discussed, that there's an adjustment and it's not intentional as far as in you being hurt or you hurting the other person, especially when it's a relationship or a friendship that you are building. So I want to know, what are your thoughts on that? Believing patterns, not apologies. I'm with that. Okay, the second one said, don't fall in love with potential. Now, that can be tricky at times. For example, when I was in college, I did meet my now husband, and I saw his patterns, I saw his behaviors, and in the 10 years that we've been together, he as a person, his character has not changed. And that is who I fell in love with. I fell in love with his character, who he was. Now, we were both in college. He had his dreams of what he wanted to do for himself. I had the dreams that I wanted for myself. And we couldn't futuristically say, oh, yeah, you'll be at this place in 5 years, 7 years. You couldn't pinpoint that. So what I had to go on were patterns, were behaviors. What he had to go on were patterns and behaviors, our engagement, how we work through situations. In the friendships, it's the same way. You definitely want to befriend someone where it's consistent, it's reciprocated, and it's not what I want that person to be or want them to become. I can mold them and make them. That person has to have the drive in them on their own. Just saying. A lot of times I find that I've had friends and they get projects, and then it's like, I just wish he would do this, and this, but it's like you're signing up for a project. Like, not saying that everybody comes ready made, but you have your list of things that you require for yourself, and that's just that. The third thing, it says, believe red flags. I agree with this bullet point also, that if somebody is showing you who they are, as Tyler Perry's movie said, believe them with Maya Angelou. Believe them. If someone is telling you stories all the time, red flag, then I believe that you struggle with telling the truth. So I'm not going to rack my brain about whether or not you're telling the truth right now. Like, who has time for that? I'm just saying. Or like if it's someone that's known for um, not being faithful or having a pattern, not that people can't change. I'm just saying it's all in what your requirements are for yourself. Um, if you've asked the person to don't call this individual please, or I don't really like how you all communicate, that's making me feel uncomfortable, and they're still doing it anyway, red flag, boop 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 boop. Like, what are the red flags that you are seeing? And sometimes love can be blinding, legitly can be blinding, and you find yourself where you are overriding what the good Lord is trying to show you. You are overriding what your friends could see and you don't see. You're overriding that red flag. You know just be mindful of red flags. The fourth thing that I loved about this post says, know your worth. I could say love, and I might put an emoji in there that says that, but love, heart, hashtag, all of that. Know your worth. Hands down, that is the thing that I would not give up, would not lower my standard for, was my worth. My father, my males in my life growing up, always made me feel like I was worth $1,000,000. And there was nobody that could make me feel less than, less worthy of, because I had those males to let me know there's something special about you, and don't just give yourself away to any and everybody. You're worth so much more. And hearing that all the time, when I was in high school and the dudes would come with the shenanigans, I'm like, bruh, you got the wrong one. You got the wrong one. I am not Beth Ann. I am not her. So it's just like knowing your worth, not being able to settle for anybody, period. That's on a job. Like when you go to an interview or whatever you're seeking after, and you work hard, your work ethic, whatever it is, you know yourself and you know what your true value is. You just don't settle for anything, for anybody. You always have your standard and you don't lower it. From a sister to a sister, don't lower it. They're going to have to come up and meet you at your level of expectation. I even had someone to tell me one time, your standards are too high. And just so happened my cousin was nearby when she heard the person tell me this. And no, I thought no, and I responded no. No, my standards are not too high. My standards are perfect, they're proper. You're not going to come at me any kind of way expecting what you want and not meet my requirement, my expectation. And I'm talking about minimal things like respect. That's not high. You come proper. If my father has treated me with respect, has done all he can to make sure that I'm provided for, that I'm protected, that I'm good, given good wisdom, why am I going to settle for anything less? That's crazy. If you don't have that father figure or don't have that male support, I just pray that there is something in you that says, I deserve better. I deserve the best. Sister to a sister, you deserve the best. No matter what kind of craziness you see on TV and what is being projected, you deserve the best. And last but not least, the last thing that I loved about this post said, don't lower your standard. And that goes right into what I was just saying. You have your standard. And if Tony, Benjamin, Terry, whoever comes, they should not have the power to make you sway from what you want for yourself. If you desire to own your own business, to do your own thing, that person should be able to help push you, to motivate you to be the best you that you can be. Friends, I tell you, character trumps everything. So I want girls, my nucleus, to be goal oriented, to have goals, to want to do better. My husband and I recently purchased a home, and we wanted to purchase a home before we were 30. Goals. And the people who were in our circle, they didn't know what we were necessarily in the process of doing, because we work in silence, in the sense that we pray about it, we ask God for the guidance, and we, pray that the Lord meet the desires of our heart. Yes, no, and keep it moving. But as it pertains to my sister, and if my sister says, hey, I want to start my own business, I am that one. Yes, you can do it. If my sister says, hey, I'm trying to get out of debt, hey, you know, there's a group on Facebook. I was tagging my girls in it. Y'all need to get in this group. They're giving golden nuggets. And my girls, you are not telling the story, girl. This group is all the way awesome. The group is called Dream Catchers. Catch that. Dream Catchers. You need to look it up. Get in that Facebook group. Like, legitly, there are people that are doing amazing things, getting out of debt, buying homes, not lowering their standard. They are pushing to be their best selves. And that's what I desire for my sister. So from a sister to a sister, I pray that you are great in God, that you're great in all that you do. Seek him in all your things. Know your worth. Look for red flags. Don't lower your standards. And basically just be the best you that you can be. Worry about who you're inviting into your nucleus, into your circle. Don't let everybody into your nucleus, into your circle. Make sure you're keeping out people that are not uplifting you, that are, causing you to lessen yourself. Look for patterns and not just apologies. You need to make sure that they have your best interest at heart, and you be the same person. You need to reciprocate that which you intend to get back. It all matters. That was our table talk session for today. I hope that you enjoyed. See you next time right here. Thank you for joining in today's table talk session. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. See you next time here on our next table talk session.